This Tactile Paving here in UCD at the go-ahead stop. There's one then also at the bus air Dublin bus stop down there. It makes absolutely no sense. It's warning tactile. What's this warning? Does it, it's overdoing the tactile. Oh, we have to put tactile paving in. So yeah, but you have to put it in sensibly. And as you can see, it's full of stone anyway, so it's like being made redundant from that as well. Now the bus air and stops over there have actually, they've all got red seats here, bar the go-ahead stop. That doesn't have a seat, but luckily enough there's picnic benches here behind it, which I managed to plonk my butt on to rest, because for somebody with, how would I put it, limited mobility, I'm mobile but not as much as I'd like to be. It's a lot of walking in extreme heat and a lot of hills, so I do need to get a bit of rest. There you can see the famous green and yellow livery, which the NTA finished on. But in front of it you can see the blue, white and teal livery with the yellow at the front, which I sort of gave out to them that the buses had to be yellow at the front, and because they were originally dark blue. And it was ridiculous because they said they were going to be white, so they sent all the buses back and they changed all the internal handles. All the poles were white. Well, they were grey. They said they were generic white, but they were grey inside. So they all went back to Belfast and got changed, and they got the front wrapped in yellow and created that ugly livery. Now, in fairness, the green and yellow livery is a little bit better, but let's be fair, anything's better than that. Dublin Bus had the original hybrid buses marked up in their Dublin Bus livery, but in green instead of blues. So it was stunning. And even the livery that ADL did for their mock-up of the ADL 400s, which we're using, is absolutely stunning. The worst design is actually the NTA used. It's not surprising, but it's the fact. So this bus coming at me looks like it's my S4, and this is a PSO service. It's a new PSO service from UCD to Liffey Valley. I've used it before coming from Walkinstown to UCD. I was late, so I managed to get the S4 to UCD and then get the 39A home, because the 39A is a 24-hour service, so I was steeped in that respect. So I do like a lot of the things that have happened, the changes that have happened. But this is an S4 and I can't see it, but it does look like it's an O something bus. So buses are supposed to be, well, historically buses were taken out of service at 16 years and put on to school bus runs or things like that, or tourists chopped the roof up and turned them into tourist buses and all that sort of stuff. And of course they were sold on as well. You'll see them, the Red FM bus, for example, in Cork was a Dublin bus. They're all over the UK. People come in and buy them. They're all over the country as well. But they normally at 16 years old. Some are changed, let them go longer, like the Volvo triaxles. They're quite old, but they're spectacularly successful bus, and they also carry 108 souls as opposed to 86, which is a huge difference. The VTs, as they're called, the triaxle buses, we were supposed to be getting 100 new ones, but a new version of it was, but that seemingly is being cancelled. So this bus looks like it's one of the 17, 18-year-old buses that's working on the PSO routes, which they're not supposed to.